up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the 4th level of hell and sent us down to the 7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yana Van Zam's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see. Can I see? Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
I keep saying that you would think that with 3+ minutes of prep time, I would be ready. And yet, when the time comes, I still don't be ready. But that's fine. We still gonna make it do what it do. What's up, y'all? I am here. We are here. What's up, people? Ow! Hey, Diamond Pearl Jim. Hey, Mr. Pisces. Good to see you. I know you don't frequent these parts that much no more, but it's good to see you, sir. Hey, Xavier Boo. Hey, LaDonna. Drinks with G. Hey, Drinks with G. I'm not sure if this is your first time or not. Drinks with G, probably not. Maybe, but welcome. Can I get some Shondos in the chat while we're here? Shondos in and around the chat, if you would, sir, madam. It would be much obliged and much appreciated. I see. Hey, Nicole Stevens, boo. Listen, I totally understand, Mr. Pisces. That's why I be so infrequent with my silly Saturdays, because I be working on the weekends. I be out of town. I be gone. I be in one hotel after the other. Oh, you're usually in the bushes? Well, thank you for dropping down. And to the rest of my bushmen and bushwomen, can y'all drop down every now and again? I ain't saying y'all got to stick around, but every now and again, drop down, say, hey, hey, El Teddy, hey, boo. And then y'all can go back to the bushes. I'm a bush watcher myself. I go in a lot of bushes. I meet a lot of people bushes. The interesting thing enough about bushes is you get bit by ants in bushes, and that's okay. What's good, Jason? What's good, bruh? What am I eating? So I recently was at Bucky's, and their gummy bears. Listen, the only gummy bears better than these, better than this is Albanese. The Albanese gummy bears are the GOAT. They are the best ones, but these are a close second. Like these hoes right here. Has anybody gotten to the Albanese? They have ultimate. They have Albanese. I think it's the gummy bears, but it's called ultimate. So it has the regular white, but it has gold trimmings and whatever. Mm, mm. You only get bit by ants if you live in the poor part of YouTube. That's not true. I be in the upscale parts, and they got ants over there too. What's good, y'all? So, um, y'all know we're gonna be here till about 6:20, 6:25, so we can usher in and really be. We'll be going live at about 6:30. Oh, you just got over COVID? The Coco? Miss Coco had you? Listen, Miss Coco is running around these streets down here, and she has her pet monkey that she's carrying around the streets with her. I'm just saying. Anyway, I got a lot of stuff on the agenda today. The dossier is packed with stuff. I'm telling you, if y'all see me come on and I'm eating gummy bears, I'm bracing myself from the get go. I'm telling you, just go ahead, prepare yourself. We just got it. The whole goddamn live is a sugar spike segment. The whole goddamn Rain Mouth is a goddamn sugar spike segment. Just prepare yourself now. Do not say you were not warned. Just don't say you weren't warned, honey. Because I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you that the whole goddamn show is a sugar spike segment. So prepare yourself, brace yourself, be forewarned. So I'm trying to see where to begin. Mm, all right, so let me put these down. These gummy bears are so damn good. Let me put that down before I get myself in trouble. Yeah, LaDonna, go ahead and prepare yourself. First time, and she's rough. Listen, Miss Coco, she'll knock you down now. She a real one. She a real one. So did you saw that pic like floating around the girl in front of that's in front of FAMU. You know I saw that, Mr. Pisces. She's in front of FAMU, Florida A&M University. Baby, they've been dragging her for the last week and a half. She done been getting drugged. When I tell you drugged, the university done. And the thing about it is, she didn't go to FAMU for her undergrad. She went to FIU for her undergraduate degree. She was graduating with a master's in education. In education. And you out here taking ass out pictures down there to the Florida A&M University, right next to the big statue of the Rattler. A mess. Baby, they've been dragging her They've been dragging her for everything she's worth. I don't know why they're surprised. Ain't that how y'all do? That is not how we do it in Florida, Xavier. Don't do us. I took a class at FAMU. I took marching band class at FAMU. Don't do us. My degree is from the Florida State University, where excellence is always the rule of day. But I did take one class at FAMU. That was marching band. That is FAMU is a HBCU. Hmm. It's an HBCU. It absolutely is an HBCU, Mr. Pisces. FIU, where she got her undergrad, is not an HBCU. Now, interestingly enough, I got my graduate degrees from FIU. My master's and doctorate is from FIU. But that's where she got her undergrad from. But yeah. So now they don't put 24-hour surveillance camera around the statue. A mess. A mess. Anyway, so where to begin? I don't even know, y'all, where to begin. Okay, I'm not gonna start with my sugar spiky moments. Okay, we'll start with some pop culture stuff, and then we'll delve into the sugar spiky stuff. Um, Here's some news for my ladies out there of a certain age who may like this kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna do this one first. We're gonna get this one out of the way first. This should be an easy one. Where really be at? She may be interested in this story, so I'm gonna put this out there. And while your pal is doing his tour around Florida, who doing a tour around Florida? Who is you talking about, Mr. Pisces? Wait, what's wrong with a few ass pics for the gram? It's not like she was showing lips and tits. It was tastefully. No, it's not tastefully done. Mm-mm. It's kind of disrespectful. Hey, Willie, what's going on, Willie? You know he's going to be the Republican head, right, child? The entertainment world is slowly being destroyed by the billion child. Hey, Raphael. Oh, you talking about death sentence? I'm gonna get the death sentence when we get to the sugar spiky moment of our segment. So don't worry, we are going to tackle Governor Death Sentence. Ron DeSantis. I got a brand new bag of Smarties for the sugar child. You're gonna need all of them. But we're not gonna start with our sugar spikes. I do have palate cleansers as well. I don't have that many, so we only gonna do one palate cleanser in between each story because I don't got that many, but I got a lot of stories. Yeah, I got a lot of stories. Oh dear God, I know I'm not gonna finish all these, but we'll get to it as soon as we can. We'll get through as much as we can. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get. Don't pay me no mind, y'all. Y'all know I'm retarded. I can call myself. Well, I get. We're not supposed to use the R word. Please forgive me. That was a misspeak. You know, I'm old, and that word was kind of used. I don't want to use that term anymore. That term is dead, deaded. It's a dead term. Please accept my apologies on using that. That was inappropriate. Yogurt Welch's on deck. No. All right. So the first story that I have here, y'all, is so famed soap opera Days of Our Lives is being moved to Peacock from NBC. This is according to the Hollywood Reporter. Days of Our Lives, the longest running entertainment series in the series the network has ever aired, will leave the network in September. Its new home will be NBC Universal's Peacock streaming platform beginning September 12th. NBC will fill the daytime spot vacated by Days of Our Lives with NBC News Daily, an hour-long show anchored by Kate Snow, Aaron Gilchrist, Vicky Nguyen, and Morgan Radford. Affiliates will have the option to add local news to this hour. Quote, this programming shift benefits both Peacock and NBC as and is reflective of our broader strategy to utilize our portfolio to maximize reach and strengthen engagement with viewers. With a large percentage of the Days of Our Lives audience already watching digitally, this move enables us to build the show's loyal fan base on streaming while simultaneously bolstering the network daytime offering with an urgent live programming opportunity for partners and consumers. Now, um, listen, here's where this is coming from. The main people who watch Days of Our Lives are dying off. Let's just be clear. Baby boomers, you know they was here for the soap operas. The baby boomers. Baby, they was here for the soap operas. After the baby boomers, you have Generation X. Generation X wasn't really into the soap opera. The baby boomers brought the rise of um soap operas. Generation X brought the rise of a lot of talk shows. So a lot of talk shows came up and very prominent during the time of Generation X. Generation Y, or the millennials, brought forth the rise of reality television. And with Generation Zers, you have the rise of just fuck shit and fuckery. Just there's nothing good coming out of. I'm sorry, Xavier, love you down, but y'all have fuck shit and fuckery running around. Oh dear God. But anyway, but yeah. So a lot of the baby boomers are being phased out. They are not who people should be gearing. Well, television networks are gearing their programming for. Now I'm gonna be honest. That time slot is for people who are still at work. And so you end up having two types of people. You end up having the people who may be at work and can have a television on at work or something streaming at work, or you have the people um who are older and retired that are at work. So what they said is comfortable compromise. We'll put some news on because you can have the news playing in the background at work. And with today's climate, shoot, afternoon news is must see TV because you never know what's gonna come on the news nowadays. So we find that there are much more people that are consumers of news broadcasts and television shows. So it makes sense. So, but yeah, nobody's consuming the soap operas anymore, and the people who are fans of soap operas, they'll find it on NBC. They'll have it on Peacock. Trust me. The writing has always been bad, Xavier. The bad writing on those shows is not new. It is not new. I'm just saying, it is not new. So, because nobody really watches soap operas. I mean, I'm not going to say no one, but the lion's share of the viewing public ain't watching soap operas anymore. They aren't as popular. So that was the start. Like I told y'all, I don't have a lot of time to spend on each story. Oh, you watch? Well, that's why I was asking. Was you here really? Because I know you watch soap operas, and that's nothing against really me. Who remember we just talked about the fact that soap operas were made popular by baby boomer generation. So anyway, but so for those fans of Days of Our Lives, they are not being canceled, but being moved off of NBC and moved to Peacock. Peacock. It's going to the Peacock network. You'll find it there. So yeah, it's always been awful writing and awful acting, LaDonna. I mean, before there was Tyler Perry, there was the daytime soaps. Bad writing, bad acting. That's what Tyler Perry used as his inspiration for what he does, apparently. Did I say you were a baby boomer, really, B? Did I come on here and say, really, B is a baby boomer? No. All I said, right, Tabitha, is that baby boomers were responsible for the rise of soap operas. And now, since they're dying, soap operas are being phased out. So NBC said, no more Days of Our Lives on our NBC network. We'll put it on Peacock, and you can find it there. I did not say that, Mr. Pisces. Don't be over here lying, father. I did not say really B is a baby boomer. I may have inferred that. Anyway, so let's get a palate cleanser before we get to our next story. All right, palate cleanser. Let's see what we got going on. Where's my palate cleansers, dear God? All right, there's the first one. There we go. Bam. While I pull up my next story. Oh, I'm looking at these stories, y'all. It's a lot of sugar spikes here. Just brace yourselves. I'm just saying. All right. I told y'all I got too many stories and not enough palate cleansers. So I'm gonna give y'all one palate cleanser after each story. All right. So Christopher Brown is in the news. Oh, Christopher. Can I ever get a time where Christopher is in the news for the right reason? So Christopher Brown is coming under flack for his meet and greet fan photos. Now I'm gonna read part of this article to give y'all the back drop behind this story, and then I'm gonna give you my commentary, my opinions on it. Okay, don't Mark be giving you everything, Xavier. All right. Photos of the R&B star with fans have garnered a reaction from the public, with many users on social media commenting on Brown's I'm sorry, not inmate, Freudian slip, intimate interactions with them. Others have deemed the $1,000 price tag of the meet and greets exorbitant and believe that fans should be allowed whatever liberties they desire. Um, so here's the thing: if you go and look at the picture, Chris Brown is charging $1,000. You could take a meet and greet photo; it costs $1,000. Now, these pictures have women bent over, face down, ass up, with their ass on his crotch, him hugged up with them, grabbing their ass. Like you can go look him up. He hugged up with them and everything. Now, listen, let's be clear, Chris, Chris, Chris. Who's screening these? Because some of the girls, and I mean the girls with XY chromosomes, okay? Some of the girls that have XY chromosomes is gonna pay $1,000. And you know how we are, baby. If we pay our $1,000, hand is gonna be on crotch on my picture. You mad? Girl, girl, what are we doing? Like, I wanna know, is it women only? I'm just asking. Now, here's what Chris Brown wrote. He said, when artists do concerts, they all have something called a VIP package. I haven't I haven't done meet and greets in over 7 years. I have the coolest fans on the planet. I appreciate the fuck out of them. These are memories that will last with them forever. End quote. So he's currently on tour on his one of them ones tour alongside Lil Baby. Um which coincides with rolling loud or something like that. But I'm just saying. Now, if you were out here, first of all, I'm not spending a thought. Well, let me say I'm not. If I were someone of a certain um net worth, let's say my net worth was 2 commas. If I was in the 2 comma club in terms of my net worth, or close to that, and I just had and $1,000, which is still $1,000, even if I'm in the 2 comma club, but $1,000 wouldn't hurt me as much as if I was in the 2 comma club as it would now. And I was in the Chris Brown like that. And then let's be clear, I am. I might, if I had it, I might say, okay, come on, Chris, let's do this. I ain't gonna lie. Now, I'm not mad at Chris Brown. Baby, if you can make you a coin, make you a coin. Now, let's be clear. I'm sure there's paperwork that they have signing. Let's be clear. I already know Chris Brown's people, publicists, and all of the team of people scored. Like Chris Brown has major record labels and things backing him. So trust me, there's a whole army of people. Don't do this. Don't do that, Xavier. I'm not doing this with you, Xavier. But let's just be clear. Chris Brown has a whole team, army of attorneys, legal experts, and so forth behind him. So if he's out here promoting, you can have $1,000 meet and greet. I'm sure there's paperwork that has to be signed. I'm sure there's a screening process for how this happens and all of that stuff. So the likelihood, even if somebody wanted to, say something happened, I'm sure they have already prepared for that. But I'm not mad at Chris Brown. Baby, if you can go out here and make a coin, you don't already make how many thousands of dollars from your set that you did at this tour. You get how much money from the door from ticket sales at this tour. And you could make a couple of the bucks, and like he said, most artists, everybody I know, when you go to a concert, you can buy a VIP package where you can go backstage, meet the artist, take a picture, whatever. Let's be clear. These are probably people who are paying extra on top of. Well, I wonder, because it doesn't really say the article that I saw. I don't know if the entire VIP package is $1,000 or if you pay for the VIP package and then if you want the picture on top of it, it's an extra $1,000. That I don't know. They weren't very clear in the article that I found. Yeah, it did not specify. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. The bust down, right? How much is the bust down package? I'm just saying, of course, he needs an army of attorneys because he's always busting some girl upside the head. I'm trying to tell you. Now, that is true. That is true, Xavier. You know, he got a whole army of them. Like I said, get it how you live, Chris Brown. If you're an entertainer, go ahead and get it out. This is what, let's be clear. Male R&B singers, black male R&B singers, from its inception have been sex figures. Even going all the way back to the days in the 40s and 50s, they might have had on full suits, but let's be clear, they made sure a bulge was showing. They made sure they thrusted pelvises and all of that stuff. They grinded and winded. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real clear. The lyrics were suggestive, all of those things. Y'all, I mean, ask your mama them about, or for Xavier, your grandparents about people like Teddy P. Now, when you got to the 70s, then you started getting Teddy Pendergrass. Well, they ain't even care. Teddy Pendergrass was the real one. He was, listen, My aunts and them tell me this story about where because Teddy P used to frequent Miami all the time. Now my uncle, who was gay too, can tell you stories about Teddy P and trans sisters. That's a whole nother life for a whole nother day. But let's get back to the point at hand. Teddy P, who was always in Miami. So my aunt them used to tell the story about how there was a club that Teddy P would go and perform at in Miami, and Teddy P would have women only at the club and have security at the door. Women only for this performance, for the performance, and and said that they used to always put the spotlight right on his crotch, right on the crotch. So I guess he used to tell them, put the spotlight on my crotch so they see what I got going on. He be damn near half naked on the goddamn stage. They throwing real panties, taking their real panties off, not bringing extra panties, taking the panties they had on off and throwing them up there. Have I thrown stuff on stage? The first Maxwell concert I went to, I did throw my box of briefs on stage. I was like on row number 3. And so, yeah, I did throw them on stage. It did look real crazy because there were panties on stage. And mm, now the question for you all is, how did I get the box of briefs off? There's the question. Anyway, judge your mama, don't judge me. Okay, you don't know me all my life. Just saying. I mean, it's just free ball and shit. I free ball all the time. Sometimes you got to give the world a little something to look at. Xavier, you don't just randomly pick a day out of the week, say I'm free balling today. Let's give the world something to look at. I'm just saying, you ain't never did that. What dude has it said today the world is finna get this goodness? Just gonna go out here just flopping around. Just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, so IT, when you say IT, who is IT? I hope that IT is not Ike Turner, LaDonna, child, LaDonna, child, girl, child, LaDonna, girl. Right, see, Xavier, know what I'm talking about. Every now and again, you pick a day, you say, today the people they getting the shaft today. They getting the shaft. What's happening today? Just saying. He was it, and oh, you talking about Ike Turner, child? I guess. Back to our major point. I'm not mad at Chris Brown. They all R&B, male, black, male R&B stars. That's what they do. And I ain't just gonna limit it to male. Even on the white side, white pop singers or whatever they call themselves, they do the same. They're sex symbols, and so they sell sex. They want to be sex. If Chris Brown out here and the women out here and the men's want to go ahead and pay $1,000, if you're gonna give me $1,000 for a picture, baby, go ahead. Get it out of how you live, okay? Get it how you live. I'm just saying. Oh, you said Teddy P had it. Okay, I thought you said I read that wrong. I thought it said Teddy P and IT. Teddy P had it. Yeah, your mamas and your grandparents could tell you some things about Teddy P, baby. He had them women doing some things, but he ain't really want them. He just did that really for the Teddy P was really, if you really want to know the story of Teddy P was really just doing that to sell albums because he knew that they loved him and he knew he can go out there and holler and yell at you and scream and take his stuff off. But Teddy P was right here looking for trans sisters. That's what he wanted in his life. And that's very well documented. That was a very well known thing. He was into our trans sisters. He loved that. That was his thing. But he also knew what sold on stage and he knew how to make some money. I ain't mad at it. Get it how you live. Anyway, not chumming the water. Jason. I love it though, Jason. I love it. Jason said, call it chum in the water. Come on, chum in the water. Anyway. So let me get a palate cleanser in here before we go to our next. I'm combing through them, y'all, because we got to get out of here before really B come up. I think my next one is for my ladies who like y'all always asking me for some gray. There goes some gray. There you go, ladies. There's a man. He got some gray on him. Y'all always say I'm giving you the youngest. I ain't never giving you nobody with gray. There you go. Bim bam boom. There you go. Have at it. What else do you want from me, ladies? Don't say I'm not a man of the people. Y'all should be sharing the video now. I done gave you what you want. Share the damn video. Press the like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Got to give the people, got to give them what they want. And that's what we do. We give the people what they want. What else do you want from me? Just saying. Just say, don't say I give y'all men of a certain age. Because there you go. There you have it. Look, y'all don't got peaches to fall out of the bushes. Child. Child, y'all don't got, hey, Peaches, what's good, boo? Peaches done fell out the bush and say, ooh. Girl. Hey, Peaches, girl, hey. Child. How's that better than the first one? You know what? I can't please everybody. Y'all always get mad at me. I know I'm not going to please everybody. So I'm just going to just put it up and you get over it. Okay? So where do I want to go? Oh, there's so much going on. Where do I want to go? All of those are sugar spikes, sugar spikes, sugar spikes. I'm saving my sugar spike. Let me go to my baby daddy, my husband in my head. Cha. It shook her right out the bushes. Ow. Had to check out these pictures. Yes, God. Speaking of pictures that I need in my life. Remember when my baby daddy, Iman, did the whole he redid the D'Angelo thing where he was naked on his YouTube page and the shit was like porn. Hey Weezy F. Ciao. So Iman, my baby daddy. Fuck that war Tiana. I don't care about her. I mean, I'll take care of the kids. I will be listen. I'll be a good household. I will take care of these kids like they was my own. Like I pushed them out myself, honey. I take care of all these kids. But anyway, so Iman got arrested in Dallas at DFW. He might have could have got away with it at Love Airport, but DFW don't play right. If you've ever been to Dallas, they don't play around with you at DFW. I'm just saying. For having quote a sizable in quote amount of marijuana in his backpack. Let me read this for you. Iman Shumpert was arrested for having a sizable amount of marijuana in his backpack at the Dallas Fort Worth airport on Saturday. According to the police report, TSA found a plastic bag with a quote green leafy substance in quote in Iman's bag, which he identified as weed. Police say the bag weighed 6.8 ounces and tested positive for weed. Now, is 6.8 ounces a lot? I mean, 6.12 ounces. Is that a lot? I don't know. I have my aficionado here, Jason, who's our expert in all things ganja, purple haze, hippie lettuce, Mary Jane, cannabis. He's our expert, our resident expert. So, Jason, I'll expect you. That's a quarter pound. So that's a lot. So I'm just going to assume that's a lot of weed. Okay. Okay, I just wanted to know. Anyway, the report indicates Iman was concerned about missing his trip to visit his daughter, but that didn't stop police from arresting him for marijuana possession. He was taken to the airport jail and now faces up to 2 years behind bars and a $10,000 fine if convicted. Now here's the thing, Iman. Now listen, Iman, you got some money. You played in the NBA for several years. You spent several years. Wasn't he on the Cavaliers championship? I think he was on the championship team with LeBron at the in the The Cleveland Cavaliers, or did he get? I know he got traded from them, but I think he was still on that team when they won. Anyway, you played several years in the NBA, bruh. You won Dancing with the Stars. Everybody knows who you are. Your face is notable. You're like 6'11". You are a tall, rather sexy black man, 6'11". You got big pearly white teeth, beautiful skin, muscles that look like they're chiseled out of granite. You were on Dancing with the Stars where people, white America, got to see you week after week. They know who you are. So what that means is, sir, did you not remember that you were in the great state of Texas, governed by Governor Hot Wheels over there? They ain't here for no parts of no legalized marijuana. I don't understand why these people of prominence, fame, and money and notoriety, why are you carrying weed? If you just gotta take it with you, the assistant should get caught with it on them. Your personal assistant, one of your boys, one of these people. If you just gonna say, "Oh, we just gonna take this chance and we gonna take it," somebody in your entourage, your assistant, personal assistant trainer, boy, barber, whatever, should be able to take it. The other thing about it is, let's just be clear. Why are you trying to take it through TSA? You could have probably got away with it in a check bag. Now, I ain't gonna tell on myself because Big Brother may be watching and listening, but I'm gonna tell you, you can get away with putting some stuff in your check bag. In the check bag that you put underneath the plane, baby, you can get away with a whole lot of stuff that you put in that check bag. Please let's be clear. But if you're going through your carry-on, your TSA, what the fuck was you thinking about? Then the other thing is this. Was this like the weed descended from Christ himself on a cloud of fire that leaves you perpetually high and is like no other high that you've ever had in your life? Because last time I checked, I'm sure if you step foot down anywhere across the fruited plains, you could find a weed man. Weed men are not hard to find. I'm just saying, wherever the hell you were going, I'm sure you could have found you some goddamn weed when you fucking touch down wherever the fuck you going. I'm just saying. I don't understand. Like, what? How did you? First of all, I might go with you if you say, "Damn, man, I didn't even know that roach was in there." Or maybe you had the little small little bag. Hey, IMC Brown, you had you got, according to what people say, a quarter of a pound, which was a sizable amount of goddamn weed. Like, what was you thinking about? And you put it through TSA, like nothing ain't clicking your brain. Hell, when I go to the goddamn airport, mind you, I gotta go to the airport like 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. But when I go to the airport, I am very clear on what is in my bag before I roll that bitch through TSA. Because what do TSA do? Baby, if the wrong thing come through, instead of it just rolling out and you pick it up, what they do, it go off to the side, and now you got to go over there and stand up and be, waiting there while this man or lady come over there and say, go ahead and anything I need to be made aware of over here? All right, I'm about to open this up. They put on their little gloves and stuff, and then they have, how they had a little wipe, or I don't know if that wipe is supposed to be able to detect some chemical or something you're supposed to have, but they had a little wipes that they wipe your thing with, and whatever they go through all parts of your bag. God forbid you got something you don't want nobody to see in there. They don't care. It's wide ass open, baby. So that's about $1,000 worth of weed. Iman, bruh, bruh. If people could give away $1,000 to take a picture with Chris Brown, you can give up that $1,000 a weed, so your ass don't end up in fucking jail. Now, how many thousands of dollars are you gonna have to spend for attorneys and all of that shit? And this is the great state of Texas. You think it ain't some prosecutor out there, some DA out there don't want to make you an example? Oh, I have the last um Dancing with the Stars member, and he had a whole quarter of a pound of weed, which on street value, they ain't gonna say it's $1,000. They're gonna say which is street value at $5,000. We are going to throw the book at him. We are going to prosecute him to the highest extent of the law to show people that we are serious about drugs in this state of Texas. We are serious about this because this affects our kids, and these things need to be taken off the streets. Mind you, these same kids can buy every gun imaginable and blow each other off the earth if they want to, but drugs? Oh, hell no. Oh, did I forget to mention? You're black. Boom. See, this is why you need me in your life. I would not let you go down like this. Like, I would have a whole plan. Baby, I would do something like, you know what? We're going to shrink wrap this, make it where you can't smell it, throw it in a goddamn UPS package or USPS package, and overnight it to ourselves. It'll be there by the time we get there. That's what I'm saying. Jason, where's your entourage? Like, somebody was supposed to take the hit for this. Like, somebody, like, it's it, this is just stupid. Like, I can't call it anything but what it is. Stupid. So since it's stupid, we ain't gonna spend no more time on it. I love you down, Iman. I'm still waiting for my phone call so I can come over there and you can tell me that you divorced into Tiana and I can come over there and we can be in wedded bliss. But until such a time, this was dumb. This was just stupid. God, what you thinking about? I need a palate cleanser. Give me a palate cleanser in here. Playing with Iman. There y'all go. Iman that made me mad. Just being dumb. There y'all go. Well, since we are in the business of talking about athletes doing stupid things, and we're in the great state of Texas, let's stay in the great state of Texas and continue to talk about athletes doing stupid things. And since we're already in the Dallas Fort Worth area, why don't we stay there? All right. Jerry Jones is in the news because of one of his players, Kelvin Joseph, who was involved in a fatal, let me say that again, fatal drive-by shooting, but wasn't cut from the team. Kelvin Joseph was recently cleared in a murder investigation that stemmed from the death of a 20-year-old man back in March. Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones recently spoke out about his message to the Cowboys cornerback. He admitted that the team weighed its options before choosing to stick with the former Kentucky and LSU standout, who was a 2021 second-round pick. Quote, "We obviously don't need our players to be involved in situations that make this come out that make this come up about your character. He needs to be a good player on and off the field, and we're going to give him a chance to do that. Our message to him is now get in here and be a good player. Be a guy everybody depends on and make your name in a positive way and clean it up. End quote. Joseph was allegedly involved in a disturbance outside a bar. 20-year-old Cameron Ray would end up fatally shot at the location the same night before being transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Joseph has since been cleared in the investigation. Now the NFL will be forced to make a decision about a possible suspension for Joseph. Joseph, who also goes by the rapper pseudonym YKDV Bossman Fat, was a second round pick in 2021. In the 2021 draft, after following his college career at LSU. Now, here's the issue. The issue is, if you go to the investigation, they've only cleared him from being the one that did the actual shooting. Remember what I said, this was a drive-by. Like, they took us back to the early 90s. He was in the car. Now, whether or not he's going to be an accessory, I think they've cleared him of that. I think because from the reports and things that I've read, he absolutely was in the car, even admitted so. Oh, you want that rap name again? The rap name, I'm sorry, is YKDV Bossman Fat. I don't have any clue. Let me put that in the chat for you in case you want to look that up. Oh God. That's his rap name. Oh, I don't even know what that means, but there you go. Anyway, so but when this happened, and back in 2021, no, it was March of this year, I'm sorry. Back in March of this year, rather than cutting him, because he just got where they said that they weren't, hey Jonathan, what's good, fine, where he wasn't the one, and he just got off, I'll say like that, where he was cleared in the investigation. However, the NFL is still going to investigate it and determine what they're going to do about him, because it's a violation of the personal oh God, why am I, it just slipped my brain, personal conduct rule. And so Jerry Jones has a history. If you're in the first or second round, he's gonna stick by you. Now, if this young man had been a 6th or 7th round pick, he would have been dropped like a bad habit. Jerry Jones has no problem with having criminals on his team, drug users, abusers of women, alleged rapists. Hell, do we need to go back to the Ezekiel Elliott case from a couple of years ago? Like, and this is the history of Dallas. You can go all the way back to Michael Irving, and when he was in the Dallas Cowboys back in the 90s, and the pounds and pounds of drugs that he used to be taking in the locker room, the amount of times that he was arrested, and the incidents that Michael Irving got into. But he was producing on the field, and that's all he cared about, because when you are massa and this is the plantation, you just need your workers out there in the fields to get you your money. But my frat brother Colin Kaepernick decided that he was going to protest police brutality by simply kneeling, and you don't want no parts of that. Y'all want to blackball this young man. Y'all want him out of the league because you'll have no parts of anybody that has anything to do with trying to stop police profiling and the police killings and the genocide of black people across America. But you got anything to do with killing other black people? Oh, we're here for you. You got anything to do with beating women? Oh, we're here for it. You got anything to do with drugs or any type of other nefarious actual crime, criminal malfeasance, negligence, if you're a miscreant or anything of that nature, oh, we are good with you as long as you can produce on the field. That's all we give a shit about. But you out here trying to stick up for the rights and equality of other black people, no, we ain't here for no parts of that. And we're going to be sure that you don't have a face out here in this good damn NFL. This is what we got going on. This is what we got going on. I can't spend too much time on that because I feel myself spiking out. So let me go ahead and give y'all a sugar spike before I spike the hell out on goddamn Jerry Jones and the NFL. Because y'all know when I start talking about my frat brother, Colin Kaepernick, I get all in my feelings and I be wanting to go in and let have. And so before I do that, here's a palate cleanser. Dear God above, God of mercy, God of love. Since we just delving into the world of sports, this done turned into a behind the bleachers. Might as well stay here. Might as well stay here since we were here. Might as well stay here. So on Monday, the NFL, who has I don't want to call her an arbitrator, but the NFL hired a former judge whose job it would be to levy punishments on NFL players who violate the personal conduct rule and policy in the NFL. So the whole situation with Deshaun Watson, y'all know we have whole videos on this channel, lives that we've done on Deshaun Watson. We have chronicled this case of Deshaun Watson quite extensively here. So the NFL decided on Monday that they were going to issue him a 6-game, well, not the NFL, but the woman who was in charge of determining his punishment. Sue L. Robinson is her name, and she's their new disciplinary officer. She decided that 6 games was going to be the punishment. Now, I agree with everybody who's screaming from the rooftop, oh, that wasn't enough. This is egregious. Oh my God. No, no, no. Why is it only 6 games? Because the NFL originally wanted the whole season. But the lady went back. Now, the lady in the case said this was egregious. He was predatory. He did all of the things wrong. She agreed that this was a heinous and awful thing. But what she said was, hey, NFL. What she did was she cast the mirror back on the NFL. Hey, bitches. Hey, whores. You want to know why he's getting 6 games? Because that's what the fuck y'all been doing. That's the precedence that y'all set. Because when you had Ben Roethlisberger, who was raping women in bathrooms at the goddamn club, that's all you did. When you had, and I can go through hundreds of different things, rape cases, domestic violence, and all kinds of stuff. His name gonna come to me? The guy who played offensive line, and he was recently traded to Dallas a couple of years ago, and then he went over to become in the what's the my mind just drawing a blank for everything. When you go in the octagon, my mind just went blank. But anyway, all MMA, there we go. MMA, I couldn't think of it. MMA. He became an MMA fighter and got his ass whooped there. But anyway, God, I can't think of his name. But he was the guy, and There's the story of him dragging his wife all up and down the apartment, putting his wife in the tub, damn near trying to drown her to death and all kind of stuff. He only got 6 games. And all of these heinous crimes that have been happening, and the NFL only gave him 6 games. So Sue L. Robinson say, hey bitch, don't look at me. I'm going by your precedent. You set a precedent for 6 games. I'm suspending him 6 games. This was an awful atrocity. He was predatory. He was awful. And she only got a chance to interview 4 of the women, and she made that determination. But she said, I'm just going by what y'all go by. And y'all say 6 games, I'm doing 6 games. So now the NFL, who now all of a sudden want to make a example out of Deshaun Watson, not that they shouldn't, but don't get mad at the lady, because the lady went by what y'all set up. Everybody mad with Sue Robinson, and Sue Robinson said, nope, this is what y'all usually go with for things like this, and that's what I'm giving you. So don't get mad with me. So somebody said they trying to pay attention, but I can't. Ow! Oh. Anyway, so the NFL is now saying, yesterday they came out and said that they're going to appeal this, and they're going to get another person, an arbitrator involved, and what's going to happen is they're going to get a designee of Commissioner Roger Goodell, who is then going to determine what the disciplinary action will be, and that will be binding. However, this upsets the NFL Players Association, who's fighting on behalf of Deshaun Watson. But the NFL is saying we need a whole season for this. This is egregious. We need to set a precedence. We need to let people know that we're serious about domestic violence. Sure, you're serious about domestic violence when it involves this black man now. But all these white men that have been involved with domestic violence year after year after year, y'all have nothing to say about them. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. The problem with Deshaun Watson is, what if I wanted to even go along with you, Deshaun Watson, he has never been come out to be contrite, remorseful, of any stretch of the imagination. He didn't come out and say, his word was, talk to my lawyers. And his lawyer's word was, he ain't do nothing. They lying on him. He haven't come out and said, you know what? I messed up. There's no contrition. There's no remorse. There's nothing. There's just, oh well, that's why I got a lawyer. That's why we have the NFLPA. Y'all go out here. I'll be over here on the practice field. He was Tuesday, right after the 6-game suspension was spoken of. He was at camp. He was at camp for the Cleveland Browns. And you know what Cleveland Browns fans were doing? Swarming him for autographs and pictures, high-fiving him, saying, great job. Well, hey, L Love, where you popped out at? I don't even know if I saw you pop in here. Hey, L Love. Listen, white people are here for your black ass as long as you helping them win football games. But them same white people that's over here high-fiving you and begging you for autographs and stuff will throw your ass under the bus. Here's the thing, too. And we've talked about this whole layer of it. You notice I think most of these women are black and or Hispanic or non-white. Most of them are black or brown and non-white women. Y'all see where I'm going? You do see where I'm going, right? Y'all know we've been on this for a long time now. The NFLPA has already said um they if the NFL has filed an appeal to this, they and they want a longer suspension. The NFLPA has come right on out. Go ahead and try it. We'll be right on in court. I don't blame the NFLPA because that's their job. Their job is to fight for the player. So they're doing what they have to do. But yeah. Now here's where the problem is. The collective bargaining agreement that was agreed to by the NFL and the NFL Players Association said that this disciplinary officer's findings would be final. Her ruling would be final and binding. But Roger Goodell and the NFL are saying, no, yeah, we said that, but we don't like that. But the collective bargaining agreement, we're going to appeal this because we ain't like that. This is going to be going on for a whole long time. For a long, long, long time. It's going to be in the courts. I can already tell y'all. It's going to be a whole mess. I want to spend more time on that, but like I said, we ain't got a whole lot of time. We only got 30 minutes left, and I ain't even got to my sugar spikes yet. And so let me give you some more. Beautiful. Did I do him? I ain't do him, huh? Y'all can have some of him. All right. I got to skip some stories, so let's get to the sugar spikes. We're just going to spike it out. We're going to spike it out real quick. Pull up a few stories at a time. Yeah, let me do these three right quick because these are real sugar spikes right here. Yeah, we got some real sugar spikes over here. So I want to cover these sugar spikes real fast. These gonna be boom, boom, slow down, and then slow down. The first two I'm gonna go pretty fast, but the second two I'm gonna have to slow down a little bit so we can break these down because we're on borrowed time now. We're on borrowed time. Really be gonna kill me. Really be gonna kill me. All right. So um yeah, we just gonna spike out here. We just gonna spike out. His podcasts are amazing. Xavier, I love his podcasts. Child, love his podcast. Child. Anyway, um, so um, Louisville police officers involved in the Breonna Taylor murder execution are being federally charged. Okay. The Department of Justice charged four current and former Louisville Metro Police Department officers involved with drafting the no-knock search warrant that that led to the March 2020 shooting of Breonna Taylor. Attorney General Merrick Garland, I can't even read today, announced. The officers were charged with civil rights offenses, unlawful conspiracies, unconstitutional use of force, and obstruction of offenses. Joshua James, Kelly Goodlett, and Kyle Meany were charged with submitting a false affidavit and search Taylor's home, and then worked together to create a false cover story in an attempt to escape responsibility for their roles in preparing the warrant affidavit that contained false information. Brett Hankinson was indicted on 2 counts of deprivation of rights under color of law. An attorney for Hankinson had no comment. These are the first federal charges brought against any of the officers involved in the botched 2020 raid. Hankinson faced the 3 state-level charges of felony wanton endangerment, but was acquitted on all 3 in March. So that is updates on Breonna Taylor. I'm glad we finally got something rolling with this. Let's hope we get true justice for her. Could never happen because that woman is not no longer here. Her family is still mourning her death. But let's hope some semblance of justice can happen in this Brianna case. We'll keep you posted and updated. I don't have time to break it down like I want to. We'll keep you posted and updated. The next one, it will be a real quick hitter. Brittany Griner. We found out today. Um, American WNBA star Brittany Griner was convicted in a Russian court today of smuggling drugs with criminal intent amid concerns she is being used as a political pawn in Russia's war against Ukraine. Griner faces up to 10 years in jail for the charge, and prosecutors have asked for 9.5 years in closing arguments. So that's the update. The prosecutor asked for 9.5 years for Brittany Griner. Now, what the prosecutor is arguing is by her being convicted and being sentenced, that can be used in the whole trade option, because the United States told Russia that, if you release Brittany Griner, we'll release the guy who was the guy who was very involved with the trading of weapons of mass, well, I shouldn't say weapons of mass destruction, but he was involved in the trading and selling and making of weapons and ammunition and stuff like that. So they're trying to make a swap that way. We'll keep you posted. I don't know. Right now, it ain't looking good for Brittany. We're gonna keep our sis in our prayers. Stay strong over there, sis. Stay strong. They said that she was pleading to the judge. She said, listen, I don't even know how this stuff got in my bag. I don't know how much of that I believe, but that's what she told them, that she broke down in court and was saying, please don't end my life this way. So yeah. We praying for her. Stay strong, sis. Stay strong. Stay strong. So that was our two quick ones. These, let me give you y'all. Hold on. Let me give you a quick palate cleanse because before I get to these next two are real sugar spikes. So let me cleanse your palates real fast. Here you go. There you go. And there you go. All right. Where's Tabitha? Tabitha, I'm sure you already know about this one, but I'll be looking for your commentary on this one. So, police attack an 11-year-old boy at a state fair. I probably should not have to tell you that he was one of us. A family from Elk Grove, California claims 11-year-old Elijah Hunter was tackled by police at a state fair last week, according to NBC affiliate KCRA 3. Black Lives Matter Sacramento and NAACP Greater Sacramento held a press conference with his family to argue Hunter's civil rights were violated. On Kids Day at the California State Fair, Hunter's family alleged he was brutally attacked. A spokesperson for Cal Expo, the fair's host, told KCRA Hunter was trying to steal from vendors and climbed over a safety fence, almost being struck by a roller coaster when police approached him. They said Hunter only suffered a small cut, but his mother, Cynthia Martin, said in the press conference his shirt was covered in blood. The two organizations and Hunter's family are calling for a police change in Cal Expo security. I'm sorry, a policy change. Excuse me. A policy change in Cal Expo security. However, advocates like Betty Williams, who is the president of Greater Sacramento NAACP, said that nothing excuses the behavior of Cal Expo officers toward the minor. Quote, what makes him different from any other 11, what makes him different from any other 11-year-old? I'll tell you what it is. He's black. He's a black man, a black male. It doesn't matter your age. When it comes to this society and law enforcement, you're treated differently. End quote. And that's according to Betty Williams. The family and attorney are also concerned about a document that they say Elijah was forced to sign without any family members present. Cal Expo officials said that when their policies are violated, fairgoers are asked to not return and sign a document agreeing to such. The family is asking for the names of the officers involved to be released, along with the body camera footage. They are also asking for the officers to be terminated. According to NBC News, the mystery document Hunter was made to sign was a trespassing document which banned him from the state fair. Even if the signature was warranted, police have normalized approaching minors without the presence of a guardian or parent. The spokeswoman for Black Lives Matter Sacramento told NBC Hunter was just playing around with his friends while in line and was the only one attacked out of his group of white friends. Let me read that again. The spokeswoman for Black Lives Matter Sacramento told NBC that Hunter was just playing around with his friends while in line and was the only one attacked out of his group of white friends. In a statement, the organization said Hunter had been emotionally impacted by the incident and was treated like a criminal instead of a child. Quote, we want some policies put in place and oversight to prevent any future incidents where there is child abuse by law enforcement by Cal Expo. And that's the whole article. Now, here's the thing. Hey, Tracy. The thing is, the boy was not by himself. The boy was with a group of friends. It was a group of boys. All of them were boys. He was the only black boy. The other boys were white. So from what is being said, when they went over there, they saw the black boy and security immediately accused the black boy of being the wrongdoing. What first, the one doing the wrongdoing? Whether or not he wasn't the only one. It was a group of them, but he was the only one that was accosted and chased down by these police officers. Now let's be clear. Black people at this point have damn near ingrown and hereditary PTSD, genetic PTSD for police officers, because we see and we have put on a constant basis from the time we got here on slave ships, what happens to black people when they're confronted by white people who are accusing them of something. They usually end up dead, which is why people will say, oh, well, why did he run? Well, hell, you trying to, at that point, it becomes a fight or flight situation for black people. What happens is the entirety, physiologically, the entirety of your nervous system, the blood, the endorphins, and so the adrenaline, the endorphins in the body say, hey, we are in a life-threatening situation. We need to do everything in our body to save our life. So if that means running is what the brain signals, that's what's going to happen. It's akin to what happens if you walking down the street home from school and you see a German Shepherd or a pit bull dog comes running after you, barking. You begin to do what? Run, because your body says that you are in a life-threatening situation. So we have to fight for survival. Your body goes into survival mode. And if these police are running after this one black boy who is in a group of boys, and he's the only black one, here's the problem. The other problem is, how are you having my child sign documents without me? My 11-year-old child, who may not even be aware of everything in that. Hell, it's some adults can't even read everything involved in some of these documents and things that people are asked to sign. And you expect an 11-year-old child to be able to sit there and read, decipher, and deduce everything that you're asking him to sign? You ain't even called the parents yet. There's a problem here. This happened in Sacramento. The young man's name is Elijah Hunter. I want to spend some more time on this, but we ain't got that much time. I dare not leave here today, and I got so many other stories, but I did not want to leave today without um this story. Do y'all remember last year? And we spoke about this. I'm sorry, it wasn't last year, it was in 2020. Remember the story in Virginia where that guy, there was a black man, he was in his army uniform, if you remember, and he got stopped and he stopped at the gas station, and that police officer had him come out, and he pepper sprayed the black man who was in the officer, and the black man said, "Why are you doing this? What are you doing?" It was all about the fact that he said he couldn't see the black man's license plate, and the black man's license plate was there and it was visible. If he said he couldn't see it, and the officer pulled him into the black man who was in full army uniform and fatigue, um, was in full uniform, and the white man, I mean, he was Hispanic actually, but the officer pepper sprayed the man while he was inside his truck, his SUV. Remember that case? He was driving an SUV. Remember that case? So the officer involved has escaped criminal charges after pepper spraying the Army lieutenant. He was an Army lieutenant. A former Virginia officer will not see criminal charges for pepper spraying and striking a black U.S. Army lieutenant during a traffic stop, according to the Associated Press. Instead, he'll be investigated for violating the lieutenant's constitutional rights following the lieutenant's lawsuit. In 2020, Karan Nazario pulled into a gas station and two officers approached him with their guns drawn, per Nazario's lawsuit. Remember, there was a whole video. We saw the video. The officers stopped him because his rear license plate was not visible. They attempted to pull him out of the car during the interactions. He kept his hands in the air. Remember, he had his hands out of the car, and they was trying to yank him out of the car. Per the lawsuit, one officer, Joe Gutierrez, pepper sprayed Nazario multiple times while yelling at him to get out. When Nazario stepped out of the car, he asked for a supervisor and in response was struck in the knee and knocked to the ground. The other officer, Daniel Crocker, joined Gutierrez in striking Nazario on the ground. Images of the traffic stop sparked outrage and raised concerns of racial bias in the area. Joe Gutierrez was fired from the department, and he has become the target of the special prosecutor's criminal probe. Um, and this is what was stated. Okay, according to um, the special prosecutor Anton Bell, his report, which is dated July 29th. Quote, although I find the video very disturbing and frankly unsettling, Gutierrez's use of force to remove Nazario did not violate state law, as he had given multiple commands for Nazario to exit the vehicle. The problematic issue, however, is Gutierrez's statements throughout the entire ordeal, which would lead a reasonable person to wonder whether underlying bias was at the root of how and why Nazario was treated in like manner. That's what the special prosecutor said. The use of force seemed unnecessary all around. Not only did Nazario comply, and this is the rest of the article, it goes on and on and on. Now, that is he won't face loss charges on the lawsuit that the victim, Mr. Nazario, filed. The officer won't face charges that way. However, the state attorney, I'm sorry, the attorney general's has filed a lawsuit against the officers, and that is still pending because it violated his constitutional rights, and so that is still pending. But when I saw that, it's very disheartening because if you watch that, um, it's for all of these people that, oh, we care about the military. This man was there in full military. The man, we are. I don't need to rehash the video. We saw the man had his hands out of the window and all. The man wasn't doing anything. It was very disturbing. It was maddening. I remember watching it and becoming incensed at what happened. Hey, BR Burns. Hey, so Jeff. Let me see if I got time for maybe one or two more stories. I need a palate cleanser after that, y'all. I need one. Cause yeah, dear God, I there's another palate cleanser. Do I have time for anything else? I do want to do this story. I'm gonna do two. One story is going to be a quick hit. Hopefully, I keep saying it's going to be a quick hit. The other story is going to be well, they got to be quick hits at this point because we got to get out here and get ready for Really B. Um, I wanted to do the story about Governor Death Sentence. Governor Death Sentence um suspended a um a local state attorney in the area of Tampa, Florida, because that state attorney said that he wasn't going to be prosecuting um um doctors and individuals who did abortions. And he also would not prosecute doctors and individuals who provided health care for transgender youth. And because Governor Death Sentence didn't like that, he suspended that state attorney and relieved him of his duties. Also, in more news of politicians doing the wrong thing, the Democratic Party, oh, yes, that party, the one with Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and them, they decided that it was a good idea in a primary, right? In the Michigan primary, the Democratic Party put millions of dollars into the campaign of a pro Donald Trump MAGA Republican primary person. Their thinking is, oh, we want the person that's way out to the right, pro Trump, to win in this primary. And so we're going to put millions of dollars into his campaign so he can win the Republican primary and he can be put up against Gretchen Whitmer. What the fuck? See, this is the dumb shit that y'all did back in fucking 2016. That's how the fuck we got here with Donald Trump and MAGA. So what happens if all of the conservative people over there just come out in droves and say, oh, we're going to vote for this guy? I'm gonna have to spend some time. We're gonna have to do a politics of it all on there because I really need to break that down for y'all because the guy he's black. Well, he's as I call him, black presenting, like we call Clarence Thomas black presenting. He's black presenting. hmm The Democratic, the DNC, funneled millions of dollars into his campaign just so he could win over the less conservative candidate. This shit is unreal. This shit is unreal. We running low on time. The the once again proving that no matter who's in office, be it Trump, be it Biden, the United States government ain't gonna get right. They just can't get right. So they just now decided to declare monkeypox today a public health emergency. It was okay when there was the stigma. Oh, this is the gay disease. The gay people getting it. Oh, yeah. As long as you ain't gay, as long as you ain't duking other men in the booty, you okay. But now today they decided that it's gonna be. Mind you, it ain't a gay disease. It just happened to be gay people were getting it because the person who contracted it was happened to be gay, and it was a whole bunch of pride events and a whole lot of stuff, and he spread it to a whole lot of gay people. But it's not only a gay disease. It's just fucking unreal. So they just came on board today. I found a whole other story. If you live in the if you live in the DC, tomorrow from 12 to 8, you can go and look online. DC is having walk-up monkeypox vaccines. If you live in DC, tomorrow from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., they will be giving out. They have 3 locations, I believe it is, and I think each location has like 300. You may want to get there early. They're going to start at 12. You might want to get there at 6 or 7 in the morning and start lining up. It's a walk-up thing. They do have criteria. If you're a man, say yes, I'm gay. I'm out here having all kinds of sex with everybody. I just had unprotected sex the other day. That's what you say. If you're a woman, say one or two things. Hey, I'm a woman, but I'm non. I don't say I'm a woman. I'm not a woman. I am non-binary. Or you can say, hey, my boyfriend is gay as well. Not gay. My boyfriend is bisexual, and we've been known to have bisexual sex with me and 2 other men. Say something like that, and you might can get in. I'm just telling you because they're still stigmatizing this as a gay only disease, and they're only offering it to in those cases. Just telling you what I know. Don't say I ain't warned y'all. But in other news with monkeypox, so oh, see, you got to get a Dr. Tracy that got the new one, not the old school one, the new one. I got the new one. All right, so here's a story of monkeypox that I really want to unpack, but I can't. Some lab technicians refuse to take blood from possible monkeypox patients, raising concerns about stigma and testing delays. So the people who can help you, whose job it is to go and take the blood and all of that stuff, are saying that they don't want to do that, which could cause delays in testing and stuff. Let me read this. Many technicians at LabCorp and Quest Diagnostics, 2 of the largest commercial labs in the United States, have been refusing to draw blood from patients who might have monkeypox. LabCorp and Quest Diagnostics don't dispute that in many cases, their phlebotomists are not taking blood from possible monkeypox patients. What remains unclear after company statements and follow-ups from CNN is whether the phlebotomists are refusing on their own to take blood or if it is the company policy that prevents them. The 2 testing giants say they're reviewing their safety policies and procedures for their employees. Infectious disease experts who treat monkeypox patients say that the refusals are based on stigma and slow efforts to identify and isolate patients with monkeypox at a time when the nation's health officials are coming under criticism for struggling to get the outbreak under control. As of Tuesday, there were 6,326 reported cases of monkeypox, an 81% increase from a week before, according to data from the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Quote, this is absolutely inexcusable. It's a grave dereliction of duty, end quote, said David Harvey, executive director of the National Coalition of STD Directors, which represents 1,600 sexual health clinics in the United States, some of which have phlebotomists from commercial labs, including LabCorp and Quest Diagnostics, in their offices. The commercial labs employ tens of thousands of phlebotomists, healthcare professionals who draw blood in various types of clinics and doctors' offices across the country, as well as in their own patient service centers. Although monkeypox is diagnosed by swabbing lesions, blood tests are necessary to differentiate the virus from other types of infections, infectious disease experts say. Harvey said doctors at sexual health clinics have had to find workarounds when phlebotomists have refused to take blood from suspected monkeypox patients. And the article goes on and on. I want to go on and on, but I'm running out of time. That's what's going on. A complete and utter fucking meltdown and breakdown in the healthcare system in this country. This is a, and see, it's cool and still cute because we still under this whole it's the gay disease thing. But hey, baby, it's August. School is about to start across the fruited plains. There are already many children. I last time I heard it was like 12 children that have monkeypox. Monkeypox for kids 8 years of age or younger can be deadly. It can be deadly for children 8 years of age and younger. They get ready to go to school. Monkeypox is even it's even more easier to transmit monkeypox than it is COVID, because monkeypox can also be transmitted by a cough. Monkeypox can be transmitted by somebody having one and them sweating and you rubbing up against them. Monkeypox can be transmitted by somebody with an open infection sitting on a couch or on a chair, and then the next person, their open skin comes and sits there, and this is what we got going on. Y'all are about to see the same repeat. You see how they played around with Miss Coco? Miss Coco done went and got a pet. I told y'all she got a pet monkey. And Miss Coco is letting her pet monkey. Miss Coco done sat down on this bench and said, baby, I done did my job. I'm gonna sit down in this park and let my pet monkey go run free. Go run free, pet monkey. You go to the gym at your own risk. I gotta fly on the airplane tomorrow. Baby, I will be wearing long sleeves and long pants. I will have on a hoodie. My hood will be on. Please be clear. Before I sit in that seat, baby, I'm wiping down anything and everything. My mask will be on. I already got my wipes already ready to go. I'm not playing with y'all. I've already gotten my first dose of the vaccine. Let's be clear, and I'm vaccinated. I got one. There's I think it's 2 doses. So I got another one in. Well, today makes a week, so I got 3 more weeks before my second dosage. But please be clear, I'm vaccinated. I got my vaccine, and I'm still wiping everything down. Like my name is Lil Boosie. Wipe me down. Anyway, we got to get out of here. Let me. Really B is about to go live, y'all. So let me get these last few palate cleanses out of here. We about to get out of here. What's the last palate cleanser I gave y'all? Did I give y'all this one? This one. Tell Really B when y'all go over there. I'm sorry, she gonna break down the Brittany Griner more than I could. I wanted to break down Brittany Griner, but I didn't have no time because I was running low on time. I had a lot of stories. Tell Really B I'm sorry. But we had some good palate cleansers today, y'all. The palate cleansers was coming through, bust through palate cleansers today. I'm here for it. So y'all let we all about to go over there. See my sis, Really B. All right. And show her some love. Oh, wrong one. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. You know, to the video and all of that good stuff. Share the video out. We are, and the reason that I've started saying share the video is because um we do give out a lot of useful information here that people can use. Like, we aren't just talking frivolous stuff all the time. We always give out a lot of good information that somebody needs to hear. So a good friend of mine said, no, you owe it to people who need to hear what you have to say, that you do tell people to share the video out, like, so it can get in the algorithm, and stuff like that. So that with all of the other fuck shit that makes it to the algorithm, we do talk about a lot of serious stuff that people do need to be informed of over here. So that's why they said, no, you absolutely need to be making it to the algorithm, and people need to hear what you have to say. So I'm going to say, y'all like, share, subscribe, so we can get in the algorithm, so people can say, y'all know I'm not big on that stuff, is not that important, but I know what we have to say over here is important. If you are so inclined, you know, there's a Cash App, because we give out good information. Support the platform. Support the platform. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. Put some shondos in the chat. Okay. So Jeff, you will be glad I finally listened to Renaissance album. I give it 4.5 out of 10. There's about 3 or 4 songs that I'm like, okay, that's a bump, but that's about it. But I did listen to Baby Steps, Jeff. Baby Steps. I listened to the album. Normally, I wouldn't even listen to the album, Jeff, but I did listen to it. So Baby Steps. You right, Tracy. Thank you. That's high. Even Tracy said that's high. I'm not mad, Jeff. If I was mad, I wouldn't even listen to it. Now, see, Jeff, you about to put me way back over on the. But that shit, I ain't listening to none of it no more. See, Jeff, I can't even do good stuff before you over here going off. God, Lord. As I always say, Sean knows in and about the chat. Shout out to you and yours. As I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal president active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. I would not probably be having Silly Saturday this Saturday, but what I will do is I'm going to make every effort I can to try and sneak in maybe a members. I'll probably try to sneak in a members only live, maybe Saturday early afternoon, because I have several events, but I might have a little window early Saturday afternoon. So I'll try to sneak in maybe a members only live during that time. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, let's all go over here to Really Be and hang out with my sis. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out of here.